and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, it is Christmas tomorrow. President Muhammadu Buhari calls for Christians to demonstrate Christ's teachings. Delta State's Governor Ifeanyi Okowa wins appeal as an Abuja court says he is validly elected governor of the state. Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Corruption, Ishe Sage, says a lot more corrupt people will be exposed next year. And UK and US governments issues warning about possible Christmas Day attacks on Westerners in the Chinese capital.
And on business news tonight, investors close shop across global financial markets to mark long Christmas holiday.
On sports news tonight, FIFA presidential aspirant Muhammadu to know his fate on December the 31st when the Court of Arbitration for Sport takes a decision on his eligibility.
I'm Linda Akibe, and from Abuja, wild jubilation in Delta Government House Asaba over the judgment confirming Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's election.
We begin tonight in Abuja, where President Muhammadu Buhari has urged Nigerians to rededicate themselves to the virtues which Christ taught in his lifetime. This is contained in the president's Christmas message, which he signed personally. President Buhari maintained that a greater manifestation of these ideals will help the country become a more united and progressive nation. He also urged Nigerians to remember victims of terrorism as the federal government ends cases of insurgency and returns IDPs to their homes. In his words, the federal government will continue to collaborate with state governments and other stakeholders to ease the harsh conditions in IDP camps, while the ultimate objective remains to quickly put an end to insurgency and return the IDPs to their homes. He also used the opportunity to reiterate his administration's commitments to delivering on the dividends of democracy, to recover stolen funds and block revenue leakages. The president ended his message by telling Nigerians to drive carefully during the festive season. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police Mr. Solomon Arase has called on Nigerians to remain vigilant and committed to national security. Speaking on behalf of the Police Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Bisi Kolawole, says efforts are being made to step up security levels across the states of the Federation. Kolawole also called on Nigerians to report suspicious activities within their communities to the appropriate authorities to forestall a breakdown of law and order. In the meantime, over 5,000 policemen and officers have been deployed nationwide to ensure peaceful and safe Yuletide celebrations.
As the police is going around this Yuletide period to ensure that we have safe and secure environment, the IGP, on behalf of the police, wants the people, the citizen, to work with the police by making sure that whenever they see any strange objects or strange persons in their neighborhood, they should inform the police or any law enforcement agents that is around them. They shouldn't wait until it happens before they call the police. It is better to prevent it before it happens. At the same time, this period calls for celebration. This period calls for driving, traveling all over the country. People should try to be careful, to be watchful, to drive with care, not to expose their valuables. They should try not to travel with huge amount of money. They should make use of their ATM cards. At the same time, be careful not to drink while driving.
More Christmas messages coming, this time from the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Syed Abubakar III. He saluted Christian faithful as they celebrate this Christmas season. In a statement signed on his behalf by the Secretary General of the National Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, the Sultan prayed that God's guidance and blessing will be embedded in the festive season. Meanwhile, President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Pastor Ayo Orisha-Jafo, congratulates all Nigerians on the occasion of Christmas and Eid al-Maulud celebrations. He says this season offers Nigerians another unique opportunity to imbibe the lessons that come with it. He urged the country's leaders to imbibe and demonstrate the virtues of peace, care for one another, and sacrifice at the birth of Jesus Christ and the Holy Prophet Muhammad preach. Pastor Risha Jaffa also called on Nigerians to use the occasion to strengthen the country's collective resolve in fighting vices, including ethnicity, sectionalism, and economic hardship. Nigerians are counting down to Christmas and preparations are ongoing to usher in the day. From across the country, the experience is divergent. While there's a huge buying and selling in Lagos, crowned with the heavy traffic, it's a search for fuel at filling stations in other states to low patronage for traders.
In some hours from now in Nigeria, it will be Christmas morning, the celebration that marks the birth of Jesus Christ. Quite a bit of interesting times it is for the universal celebration. People will shop, travel around, and generally switch on the holiday gear. A peep into some of the last-minute preparations in Abuja, the Ogun State capital, for instance, brings a mixed tale. The markets are busy, and that may have impacted on the prices of food items. A medium-sized turkey now goes for 10,000 naira, as against the previous price of 8,500 naira.
This time around, people are not coming to market.
For Osun State, still in southwest Nigeria, there's a rising commercial activity in the marketplace and motor parks. Patronage is low, despite prices remaining largely the same, while the transport has grown under 120 naira per litre fuel.
Although people have been complaining about the economy,
Please, the government of the day should please try and.
I do apologize for the loss of audio in some parts of that report. That report will be coming shortly as soon as we can rectify the problem. Now, prices of goods and services across the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, appear to be significantly higher than prices recorded 12 months ago. But that's not different for some residents of the FCT as they shop for Christmas. Those who are not celebrating Christmas within the FCT are traveling to spend the holidays with loved ones. However, these travelers wish they could pay less for the trips.
This is one of the many motor parks in the nation's capital. Travelers are heading out of the city to different parts of the country for the Christmas and New Year holidays. Mr. Jude Ungu is one of the managers at this motor park. He says the numbers of people traveling, at least those using this motor park, is considerably lower compared to this time last year.
We have loaded close to 60 buses, but in the past years we used to load like more than 100 between 23rd, 24th to 29th.
We spoke to some passengers, most who complained about the hike in transport fares.
People are not really traveling this day because of lack of money, and again, fuel scarcity. The money that is involved is too much, and people are not really traveling. So since morning, I've been here over like 2 hours now.
Like today, I budgeted 4,000, but coming here, AC car is 5,800, when non-AC car is 5,500.
At the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, there was a beehive of activities. Residents make last-minute trips out of the FCT for the holidays.
Last year was crazy, like people were stampeding, people were stepping on other people. Like it was very hectic last year, but this year, I don't think it's so hectic like that.
A lot of people buy their tickets way in advance. However, for the past 20 days, the price of ticket has been high.
Residents who are staying back to celebrate the Christmas in the capital city made last-minute shopping at the markets and malls. But despite the traffic, the buyers and the sellers complain about the same thing.
Christmas shopping is too slow. It's done, unlike before.
But today is 24th.
24th, and you can see nobody is coming. We are not seeing them. Even the ones that are coming, they are pricing below cost price. So what do?
Most salary earners didn't receive pay. So you buy with what savings you have before, and the market price is something else.
But whatever the complaint may be, most of these shoppers and shop owners are looking forward to Christmas when they can all relax and spend quality time with their families. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
Residents here in Lagos have settled into the holiday mood despite the fuel scarcity, which has not stopped some people making the regular travel out of state to spend the holidays with families. Our correspondent Innie Thompson reports.
The roads are busier than usual, thicker traffic heading in the direction leading outside the heart of commercial activities in the state more than the other. The common notion here would be that majority are travelers leaving the state, but that may not be totally correct.
I'm coming back from work and I'm heading home to prepare for tomorrow.
I went to visit my parents to make them happy for Christmas, but it's quite sad. Despite the fact that today is holiday, I spent 6 hours to journey from Ikorodu just down to Friday here, a journey of 20 minutes.
At motor parks, it seems the bulk of travelers have already left, but there are still last-minute travelers.
Well, everybody's aware this is a festival time. One has to join his family to celebrate Christmas.
And this is in spite of discouraging factors.
A normal day is supposed to be like 2,000. They are charging 3,000, some 3,006, because it's Christmas and the fuel situation too is not helping matters.
However, motor operators seem not to be having a good day.
Motor come from Kogi State, Ondo State, Ekiti State. Then put the car empty come. Then reach here, no passenger.
The railways are also busy. Following the schedule of Ido Station, many have chosen to take the slow and steady route. The management here says that even in festive periods like this, when demand is higher than usual, they lack the ability to increase the number of travelers. So only determined individuals who have counted their costs make it out here early enough to catch up with the train.
The safety is far better than that of cars. Number two, it is cheaper.
I've been used to travel by train when I was a child. Even up to when I was 18, I used to travel alone because I was brought up in the north. Then the train was functioning very well, not like nowadays the trains don't function well.
The good thing about all of this is that it doesn't matter where you choose to spend your Christmas or begin your New Year. Channels Television goes with you everywhere and gives you updates of the news. And we wish you a Merry Christmas and a very prosperous 2016. I'm Innie Thompson reporting for Channels Television News.
In part two after the break, it is the holiday season. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority warns pilots on air safety. Cautions against risk-taking during flight operations. Please stay with us.